Hello everyone, my name is Loko and welcome to another StarCraft 2 live game. It's been a little while since I actually just sat down and played a StarCraft 2 Zerg game, and I figured that today would be a good day to do so. Now we're up against a Terran player right here. I'm going to be the red Zerg player right here, and I am going to be giving commentary to this game while actually playing it as well. So this may get a little bit tricky, especially later on into the game. Now I'm thinking about going for a 2-base all-in, or not so much a 2-base all-in, like a 3-base all-in with like 2-base saturation. I recently uploaded a video about this build. I'm going to attempt to execute it in this one, so if you haven't checked that one yet, I will leave that as the very first link right below the like button below, so you can check the build out if you'd like to give it a try yourself as well. I've been having a very solid win rate with it recently, and especially on maps like this, it's very solid because the rush distance is so small. But obviously, you know, it's just a plan. It's always good to have a plan in mind, but maybe we will be able to get thrown off, or my opponent does something else that we need to respond to. But at the very least, that is my goal for the time being. Now, I'm going to be spreading my overlords out across the map just to figure out what is going on. Potentially fly in an overlord as well if I'm really confused about what's up. I'm going to plan on getting a hatchery down on the low ground at like 15 supply. Pretty early on, so, you know, gotta go hatchery first. Pretty common nowadays in Zerg vs Terran. I mean, it's pretty much always been the common thing to do. For a while, actually, people did open up with a spawning pool first in a lot of games, but nowadays it's pretty much always back to, like, the early game expansion. Now, this map is nice for the Roach Baneling, like I said, not just because of the rush distance, but also because Reaper shenanigans is pretty easily dealt with. Like, 2 queens or like 4 Zerglings on top of this little ramp right here will easily deal with it. So I will be able to follow this up with a relatively late spawning pool at like 16 supply right now, which is alright. Now, I always get a lot of questions about people asking, like, if there's a big difference between, like, a 15 hatchery and a 15 spawning pool, or, like, a 15 hatch and a 16 spawning pool. And quite honestly, it is pretty much irrelevant. Like, most of the time, you can either go, like, 16-16, or 14-14, or 14-15. Like, it's not worth obsessing over. Generally speaking, you want to determine the size of the map, and obviously, the smaller it is, you might want to take your spawning pool slightly earlier, just because, like, any kind of potential early game harassment will come to your side of the map a little bit later, or a little bit earlier, but more often than not, it's really not something to be stressing over. Now, I did already get another overlord right there. Not seeing anything yet. Obviously, you know, we don't really see that if he already went for an expansion. So right now, I'm assuming he's gonna go for a Reaper expand. If it was gonna be, yep, there we go. If it was gonna be a command or like a Marine expand, we would have already seen the command center on the low ground right there. And there we see the command center go down as well. So, pretty standard. Actually gonna keep on flying in to figure out exactly what is going on. I'm gonna actually... Ooh, I actually accidentally started 6 Zerglings right there. Really not necessary. I'm thinking he's only going for one Reaper. Oh, you know, he's actually still making something. So, there's definitely a chance he could be going for something else. That is obviously going to be the factory right there. I have to micro back the weakened Zergling. Ideally, he's not getting any kills. Oh, he didn't manage to get one. That's alright though. Much better than losing drones, that's for sure. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring these 2 queens to the low ground right here. Already queued up the others, and I'm making another overload right here. At the 5-minute mark, which should be 36 supply, I'm gonna be starting up the double gases in the natural. So I actually did end up going for the double right here. Oh man, for real? Normally that doesn't happen. Reapers can be so annoying. Yeah, Reapers can be very annoying. Alright. Well, there we go. Starting up. Oh my god. Ugh. Messing up the macro slightly right there. That queen shenanigans, or that Reaper shenanigans is always so annoying. But anyways, we should be still alright. Queen is about to spawn here again. There we go. Yeah. So everything considered, this is still fine. Did end up losing a bunch more Zerglings that I originally wanted to, and delayed myself a little bit by not paying attention, as well as I should have. But this is still alright. I'm gonna have a quick little look right there in the natural, or in the main base rather, to see what's going on, while expanding towards a 3rd base myself. And the reason why I can go safely for a 3rd here is because my opponent already took an expansion himself. Now, I do want to go for the Roach Baneling aggression in a little bit. Not seeing a 3rd command center yet, sadly, which would be very useful to note, but okay. Gonna start my Zergling speed up right now. I'm also gonna start a 3rd command center in a second. Yeah, okay. Or actually another 3rd command center, obviously. A 3rd, what's it called? A 3rd hatchery. There we go. And next up, I'm gonna be starting up my own Roach Warren. So we did see the 3rd command center right there. I think I will end up losing this Overlord, which is unfortunate. Not the biggest of deals. And I'm also gonna be starting up my Baneling nest in just a second. I need to make sure I keep all my Queen injects going. But yeah, my opponent does have the third command center down right now. He will very shortly, hopefully, also scout out that I indeed did go for a quick third base, which is what I'm hoping for here. The reason why I want him to scout that is because he knows at that point that it's going to be normal. I need him to know that this is going to be a normal game, so I can actually deal the aggression that I'm looking for right here. He has not checked my third base yet, which is actually kind of a misplay by him. He should really be looking at it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so he does know right now. Gonna start my roaches very shortly. Still saving up. There we go. Gonna start up a lot of roaches. A lot of roaches. Well, let's try and shoo away these couple units. Just to show him that I'm playing normal, once again. Don't want to seem suspicious. I mean, if he doesn't see any units right here, he may be a little bit confused. And he does decide to run out again. Okay. Now, obviously, I don't want to miss an inject. That's not going to be worth it. Oh, he's actually doing some aggression himself. Well, I can easily defend that. Okay. This is actually very good for me, because knowing that he went for the third command center right now, I know that he doesn't have anything. That was everything he had. So this is solid. This is really good right now for me. I am reinforcing with more and more units here. Okay. You do have energy right there for Queen Inject. Spreading some more creep here as well. And let's make sure we also start a whole bunch of paints here, because those are going to be very useful. And I reinforce with more and more Zerglings. Gonna need a couple more Overlords. Here we go. Should be able to do quite a nice little bit of damage here. Now he does have the defense that he needs, but I think we should be fine here. Let's start moving in. Reinforcing a bit more. Nice. Well, whatever happens, this is gonna be worth it now. And my opponent just straight up leaves. So a pretty good example game right here on how things work out. When you manage to read your opponent, you know, by his build order, you counter to what he's doing quite efficiently. I didn't actually realize that he was going for that Hellbat aggression, even though I really should have, considering I saw these buildings. But turns out this build is great, which you already knew, versus the Hellbat aggression right here. And we ended up having a very, very clean victory right here without really making any major mistakes. Creep spread could have been a little bit better, obviously. I did get bothered a little bit too much by that early game Reaper shenanigans, because he managed to sneak past my Zerglings. But those are all minor little issues, because in the end, we did manage to capture some free ladder points right here. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button as well. And other than that, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile. And I'll see you in the next one.